What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Boujie Boss, and I am here with my dog, KdGotti.
I'm here.
KD.
Man himself.
What's up, my guy?
What's up, Boujie?
Look.
It's good to see you again.
It's always good to see you.
For sure.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm watching from afar, and, well, not too far, because obviously we locked in. Right? It looks so good. It looks so good. Last time we talked, we were just coming off of the release party with Ferrari, which was amazing.
That was amazing.
Amazing. I didn't hear a song I didn't like. I ride to it every goddamn day. Probably every post I put up, they're like, "Can we stop playing KD? Are you like biased or something?"
Right. Yeah.
You're always putting up KD. But I love it. How's it doing?
The music is doing great. The momentum picked up on my record, Throwing Salt. That is doing it's doing well right now, and I'm just happy to see the results. Yeah. And I'm excited just to see where it's gonna take me in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Throwing Salt. And maybe we got into a little bit of this at the release party, but I want to remind you of where you come up with Throwing Salt, how it comes about. Because I know it's obviously a personal story, right? Because you're an artist. So when you sit down and you do your craft, it's based off life experiences and things like that. So let's give them again what Throwing Salt means and how it comes about.
Basically, Throwing Salt, it was a concept, and it came from just like my many endeavors in the music industry, the things that I had to endure along the way. Friends, family, enemies, everybody, and really, from the most part, it came from friends and stuff. You know, at the end of the day, you know, just seeing little different things, shade being thrown this way, and just prevailing from it. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, some things got to me, but ultimately at the end, I found a way to, you know what I mean, kind of block all that stuff out and push forward. So instead of being emotional about it, you know, I use that as fuel in my music. You know? And
it's doing amazing for you. Throwing Salt, one of my favorite goddamn songs.
For sure.
I love it. But let's jump into the other song, Feeling Great. Because the video is out now. And the theme behind it, to me, my personal aspect, is like, this is like a hangover type scene that you guys did in Miami, which was amazing. Tell me how the concept comes up for that.
Well, you know, I just was thinking real deep and just like, how can I be creative? You know what I mean? To where I can put out that presentation to make people more receptive to my music. So that's already just one part, just my creativity. And then, you know, I just be thinking of different ideas, and I'm like, shoot, I'm feeling great. What can I do? You know what? I'm gonna kind of think of the hangover thing when I do this, and, you know, kind of put that in there. So I incorporated that.
It's dope. It's definitely dope. Y'all always doing amazing things. I love watching y'all out and about. One of the biggest things that I've seen so far with you, obviously you did the release party with Ferrari, and people are like, okay, well, yeah, he was there, he listened to it. Okay, now what? But now some amazing things have come up because you're on his No Hook 2.
No Hook 2.
That's amazing. I'm seeing you guys got a video going on. Tell me how that even came about.
Basically, you know, Ferrari, he been knew me, he been knew of me and my music and everything, but he just wasn't all the way locked in yet. So I got him to come through the listening party. I made an investment as an artist to get him there.
Major.
You know what I mean? Whatever I had to do, I got him there. And once he was there and he was in that room, he heard everything that I had and he seen my movement. I made him a believer. And that was the goal that I was aiming for. That was always the thing. And we've been locked in ever since, you know what I mean? And he already knew I could rap, and we was already discussing behind the scenes of getting on the dungeon, which we done that too, where I freestyled and I came up to the radio station, 94.5 or whatever, and it was dope. It was dope. I'm just excited just to, you know, that he even giving me a chance, an opportunity, because there's so many artists in Atlanta. So for me to get any type of notoriety, it's always a plus.
It is.
For sure.
It is. I love that you said that you took an investment, you know, as an artist to make that happen. And clearly, let's see where that's taking you now. Because so many artists don't believe in that. They feel like, you know, when they become an artist, things just fall in their lap. You know, they go do a couple shows, and I was like, okay, I know, I need to be paid everywhere I go. You know, I'm not spending no more money, blah, blah, blah. But investing is important in this industry.
It's very important. I mean, like, I'm one of those artists, and I'm not taking nothing away from any other artist, but I'm one of those artists who really, I really invest in myself. Like, at the end of the day, like, I got buddies, I got friends who help and they invest, but people respect me because they're like, yo, this guy, he's really serious.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that I get those eyes on me for whatever it is that I gotta do. And I think that was just a mentality that I had since I was young. Just whatever I do, I always put 100% into it, really 101.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go that extra distance. So that just always stuck with me.
And it's taking you places, so I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's now the end of the year of 2020, which was the will be
Ooh,
stamped and forever our
bittersweet.
minds in history, right?
Bittersweet
For you?
Yeah, it was bittersweet. It was bad and it was good.
Yeah.
You know, it was bad because, you know, we had a lot of losses, a lot of falls, you know, from on the outside and on the inside.
Right.
And there was some good things that came out of it as well. So, you know what I mean? That's why I said it's a mixture.
Right.
But overall, though, I'm just thankful to even make it through this year.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful that, you know, my music career is progressing. You know what I mean? And I'm moving forward. And I can't wait for 2021.
I know it.
Just see what it got to offer.
I know
Because
it.
I'm going full throttle.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
So an amazing thing happened for the culture. And shout out to the people who created Versus, right? Amazing thing happened for the culture where Jeezy and Gucci get up on this stage, which no one ever thought would happen, knowing the history behind them too, right?
Yeah, I never thought that.
You know, what do you think that does for the culture? What's your take on that?
It definitely pushes the culture forward because you got a lot of the youth right now who really follow what they do. They follow their imprint on everything they do. So when they looking back on Gucci and Jeezy and how they had their differences, or you know they beefs or whatever, and you know they looking at it like, well, WAP did it like this, or Jeezy did it like this, so we gotta handle it like this. So for them to come together, you know, as men, black men at that, and be able to at least, you know, stand in front of each other and put their differences to the side and coexist, not be friends, but coexist. That was a plus to me, you know, at the end of the day, regardless of people's opinions or what's going on, you know, that's what that is. But that's a plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many people feel like they're OGs in the game. Let's not get me wrong, and obviously Gucci's remaining very relevant because of the new 1017. You know, he's got Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty and all them. You know, he's getting on tracks with them. So many people are like, well, you know, they're OGs. The younger crowd doesn't really follow. They don't really understand that, right? Do you think that, or is it your hopes at least that so many of the newer generation follows exactly what they did? Put the guns down. Let's do this as men. Let's talk this out, and let's end it.
You asking me, do they follow that?
Is it your hopes? I'm sure it's your hopes, right? That can happen. Would you love to see more of that happen? Of course.
I would love to see more of that, but you know, the way how this world works, you know, this world strives off negativity. So, you know, you could try to be positive, and just sometimes, man, positivity is just not marketable to a lot of people, and that's the thing. It's a lot of these artists, and it's a lot of people in general who want to do right, but it's just like the society won't accept that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of those things get rejected, but I think everybody as a whole is pushing forward. I mean, I see some progression with that. It's just we moving kind of slow with it, and it's definitely gotten better. But yeah, I would hope that it get better over time, because I just know how I was when. I mean, I'm still young, but I just know how I was in my youth. Like, you know what I mean? Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. You know, I did listen here and there, but sometimes you just gotta learn things, and hopefully it's not too late. You know what I mean? Every lesson is a blessing.
I love that you said that, though, because that's a big point, that positivity isn't marketable. Because I weigh in on, you know, how much their verses impacted the culture, and then how much did the album 444 weigh on the culture? You know, when it comes to the younger generation, they're like, we don't care about that.
Because really, you know, Jay, he talking to the guys who already got a level head on them. So for the youth, they don't really understand the perspective that he coming from. I feel like with me, I'm like in the middle. You know what I mean? My mentality done kind of changed over the last maybe 5 years. So I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. So I can kind of identify with some of the things that he's saying, and you know, maybe some of the younger youth, younger guys may not really see it that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean that was a dope album though.
It definitely was.
Yeah, it was. Shout out to Jake.
So that brings me to the question of how do you think your music impacts the culture? How would you love for it to impact the culture?
My music, no matter what song I make, and this is really something about me, no matter what song I make, it's always gonna be a message in it. Mm-hmm. Whether if I'm really getting at it, you know what I mean, turned up, vibing out, I'm really, you know what I mean, taking it to the trenches with it, it's always gonna be a message in that. You're gonna always learn something when you hear my music, no matter what it is. Whether if I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad, whatever it is, you're gonna always learn something from it that way you can take and you can make yourself better some kind of way.
Love it.
Yup.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it. As we close 2020, I know you're saying, you're going full throttle of 2021. Is there anything that your fans should be expecting?
You can definitely be expecting my project, No Remorse 2. Ooh. So that's the sequel to the last project that I dropped last year, and that'll be coming in March. You'll be expecting more visuals. I got the video Throwing Salt coming right in the top of 2021. I got a clothing line coming. Merch.
I always stay dripped up, so.
Thank you. And this is designed by me as well.
Yeah.
Like, I just like to have fun. I'm very creative, a young entrepreneur, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Anybody who's not familiar with what I got going on, please look into it, because I'm telling you, I'm one of them ones, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or be cocky about it, but at the same time, hey, you gotta feel it. You got to
feel it.
You did.
What's gonna be the name of the clothing line?
The clothing line really is RPG Apparel.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really just trying to kind of merge it and start it as merch, but I want to kind of venture off into other things to where you can kind of just really get a vibe with KD. You know what I mean? Because I'm always wearing stuff. I'm playing. I'm ripping up jeans, jackets. I'm putting patches on stuff, and I think the world need to get a little bit of this taste. You don't gotta be in designer and all this stuff to be noticed,
Listen, I got some lady fans, so they want me to ask.
Yeah. For sure.
Is KD single?
I'm not single.
Okay.
I'm not single. I'm not single. I'm taken. But at the end of the day, I'm not mean. You don't have to feel like, oh, it's KD, let me stay away from him. Or, at the end of the day, but I am taken.
Okay, I love that. Put it out there. Don't beat around the bush with it. Shout out to her.
It's the foundation.
Absolutely, I love
Gotta
that.
have a foundation.
I love that. So, as far as the industry, and I think we may have talked about this before. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you've gotten to see where other artists have developed in the industry. Mm-hmm. Does 2021 have any major features coming? Or any new collabs you've been thinking about?
There are collabs in the works. I don't want to really speak on them too early because they haven't been solidified yet. But one thing about me as an artist, I'm really like, unless it makes sense, I'm really passionate about kind of doing my own thing. Cause I don't really like working with a lot of artists because I feel like when you do songs with artists, they might not have that same drive as you as far as promoting the music.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, at least I know when I'm doing a song or whatever, I'm gonna push it, I'm gonna go crazy with it, and I don't want that person to be a hindrance to me. Because if I'm doing you more of a favor and we not really elevating each other, it's like, how is this benefiting me? Right. So if I work with an artist and it's beneficial for both of us, I'm for it. But it's not something like I just want to work with this and that. Like it's got to be organic with me. You know what I mean? If it's organic and the pieces to the puzzle put together, whatever, I'm all for it. But other than that, KdGotti really just working on himself. I want to be one of them guys like Drake, to where I'm the guy, the come-to guy, the go-to. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta get this dude on the song. You know what I mean? Cause he gonna work and move. So that's how I want to be. I want to be like that. I don't want to be the guy that got everybody on there. You know what I mean? Cause I love music, and I'm a big critic of my own music. Like nobody has to really tell me, oh, this cause I'm already be thinking it if it's bad or if it's good. And I am receptive to other people's opinions or whatever like that. But yeah, for sure.
I like that. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you right quick before we take our little break. Mm-hmm. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Any superpower? Mm-hmm. What would it be? That's a good question. If I could have any superpower, man, that is a good question. If I had a,
always a good.
I'd probably be invisible.
Invisible. That's my first one. Invisible.
Cause if I was invisible, it's so much that I could do. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't want people to see you dripped out. You want to be.
I would want them to, but I'd be able to train. I'd be able to get back in the regular mode, then disappear, come back.
Facts.
So by me doing that, I could do so much. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Money wouldn't be a problem for nobody around me.
Clearly,
we go clear the bank. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna know what's going on.
That's a good one.
So, you know, probably that. You know,
I like.
Cause I feel like one thing about it, I always want to help people. Anybody around me know that. Anybody who really knows me know that. Is that I always try to help people. I always try to figure out something for somebody to do around me, or I try to motivate like anybody around me. If I feel like they slacking, yo, you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, or I might point out the talent that I see in somebody around me. Like, yo, you know, you actually could be doing this. I see you have potential in this, and that's something that's major in what it is and what's going on that I do. So yeah.
Invisible.
Yep, invisible.
It's your girl Boujie Boss. I'm sitting here with my dude KdGotti, man. We're gonna take a little break real quick. We'll be back.
Sure.